A lot of people embarrassingly ask me, how do you do it all? And here's the truth, you guys, I don't do it all. I absolutely can't do it all, right? Be a mother, be an owner of a large, successful real estate team, be a wife, be a daughter, a friend. There is just no way to do it all. So here's my trick to looking like we do it all. All right. This is the trick to saving time, making more money, and spending your time where it matters most. So you've heard of the 80-20 rule, right? Just a reminder, it's from the Italian economist Pareto. He found that 80% of land was owned in Italy by 20% of its people. And then as they discovered that further and further, they discovered it's the same rule for everything. I mean, same with realtors, 20% of us do 80% of the work. 20% of us do 80% of the business. So our time should not be treated equal. If we're treating our time equal, we feel like we're busy, but we're not really getting it all done. And then we're just feeling like hamster on the wheel, like day over day. And that's when burnout occurs. And trust me, I feel burnout all the time. And then I have to recheck, where am I spending my time, right? So I found that time blocking and doing the most important things got me more time and more money. And time blocking family. So I went to a conference a few years ago, and I was invited to be in this room with this amazing coach with these amazing producers. And I was sitting in there like, I don't think I should be here. These guys are all doing so much more. I was comparing my insides to their outsides, and my kids were little. And I wanted to just so desperately keep growing the business, but not waste away the time with my family. So I went up to the facilitator. His name's Tony DeCello. He's like the most coach of all realtors. Like he's coached, I don't know how to explain this, but he's coached more realtors than anyone in the country just because of his age and his experience. Like he's incredible. So I thought, this is my first time talking to Tony. I'm going to get some great information here. And so I told him, and I was kind of teary-eyed and emotional about it. And I said, I don't know if I have any more time to grow the business. I just want to be with my family. I'm feeling stuck and I'm feeling pulled. And he said that we need to work on my calendar. That was his answer to me. And he said, who's your coach? I'm going to have you send your calendar to your coach right away. And I told him my coach, John V. and Tony DeCello, like the most famous real estate coach of all time, texted John and said, I talked to Christina and we're going to work on her calendar next week. So John texted me and he said, send me your calendar. So I started getting coached right away. And I'm happy to look at your guys' calendar because this was transformational for me. So first is like when you meet with a nutritionist, they're like, show me what you eat, right? Like you have to write down everything you eat. And then you choose that day not to eat a cookie because you're like, the nutritionist is going to see what I'm eating and I need to do better. So just the accountability of sending it to someone makes us do better. So I quickly took my calendar and I changed it. A couple of things that I changed in my calendar right away before I even sent it to my coach was I put family time in my calendar. And it should be treated like $1 million appointment, right? If you're in business, real estate or sales or anything, we don't miss an appointment. We don't, like, because that's like so many things, like we don't miss them. So what if we treated our family like we don't miss family? Once in a while, I move my family time to a different time if I must, but I don't erase the family time. I replace it if I have to. Once in a while, I move an appointment if I must, but I don't just erase an appointment. Same thing, not same thing. The family is more important, right? So I put in my calendar appointment times because I know, like, if you look at the 80-20 rule, the most important things that I do is generate leads, follow up on leads, go on appointments, negotiate and contracts, and practice. Like those are my 5 jobs, right? So if you look at your calendar, say you're in any industry, we can figure out what the highest, most productive jobs you have. And I want to see your calendar and I want to see where you're spending time, because I promise you, you're wasting time. Okay. You're doing things that you can pay someone $15 or $20 an hour to do. You're cleaning your house still. You're picking up your dog poop. There's people that can do that for you. You're running errands. There's people that can do that for you. You're answering emails and phone calls. There's people that can do that for you too. And they are so good at it. Imagine finding someone and they love doing those things that you give them, and you get to do more of what you love. So back to the story. I time blocked my appointment times in the afternoons and evenings and family time in between. And then I time blocked lead generation in the morning. So it's lead generation, it's exercise, right? Lead generation, go on appointments, family time. And if I must, I'll go on another appointment. And when I started doing that and sharing it with my coach, my life changed because I realized all of the busy work I was doing around that and not doing the most important thing. I spend less time working now and my business makes more money than it's ever has before. I still work a lot, don't get me wrong, but it's less time and it's more purposeful time. It's the time that generates the most revenue so then I can spend my time with my family. We also time block date night. We time block family movie night. And there is no way my family is going to let me go on an appointment on family movie night. That's the most important appointment in the world. So write down everything you do. Here's how you figure out your 80-20. What a whole day's worth of everything you do. What excites you? What generates the most money? Those could be two different or the same. What is fun? Like star those, right? What are things that someone else can do that might excite them, that they might think is fun, that they're literally better at it than you someday? Leverage, some people are like, well, I don't want to give them that because I could just do it in just the same amount of time. Giving away things, the act of that freedom of having someone else own it, allows you to open up your world to do so much more and do things that truly bring you joy. And how dare we take away the opportunity to bring someone else joy, to do something that they love to do. And that's why I love leverage. It's not just that I'm like, oh, great, like freedom, I get to go sit on a beach and drink a margarita. Like I'm not that, I would like to go on a beach and drink a margarita, but not every day. I'm more interested in helping that person do what they love and do what they do best. That's what I love about the 80-20 rule is it's not just for me, it's a gift for everybody. And we don't really ever understand it until we actually do it. So your first step is writing everything down and figuring out what are the highest and best use, what's the highest and best use of your time that's the most fun, the most profitable, and that you're really good at. And then time blocking those top 5 things into your calendar, and they're non-negotiable. You're not allowed to do anything else until you do those things. Those are your most important things. And then send me your calendar when you're done. I can't wait to see it. I'm Christina Ward. I'm a realtor in Boise, Idaho with Christina and Company, Keller Williams Realty. If you have questions about real estate or this kind of anything like this, we're here for you. My number is 208-869-2444. Thanks for tuning in.